Today we go shopping in Gumba. So let's go shopping. We have 4 kids and the eldest is 6. So we go through their clothes quite fast, okay? And then we are homeschoolers, so we don't have the privilege of wearing uniform. So now we just get to go through our home clothes quite a lot. And that's why we decided to be just buying second-hand clothes for our kids, because 1, they are affordable, and 2, we get some really nice quality. So now, unfortunately or fortunately, we have just been going through so much of them, and so many of them have now worn out, especially on the knees. Let me just show you. I have here a sample, case number 1. I don't know if you can see this. This is a trouser that has seen better days, okay? And you'll find most of the trousers, especially for my second born son. Okay, we have 3 boys and 1 girl. Our second born is a very, very active boy, as all boys will tend to be. So now a lot of his trousers look like that. And now, because they look like this, we cannot hand them down to our last born son. So now even our last born son has run out of trousers, because he's also very active and his trousers also have holes in their knees. Let me show you another one, okay? And you guys, there's no judgment on this channel. You know, we already agreed that a long time ago. If you watch my kitchen declutter video, then you know what I mean. All right, let's look at the socks. Look at this. I mean, you guys, are your kids' socks standing out like this? Because they're spending all day at home anyway because of COVID and everything. And now it's a cold season. We have to get nice and new and warm socks, all right? So I have quite a number of socks that are like that. So we definitely need to do something about it. I mean, look at this. And then my daughter has grown. Here's another reason why I need to thrift and to buy clothes. The kids have grown since last year. It's been 2 years, and you know how kids grow so fast. So now my daughter has outgrown most of her dresses. They're not like dress tops to be worn with tights and stockings. So I need to get her just a few new dresses. And also look at her skin tights, y'all. Look at this. So her tights look kind of like that. So yes, basically. And now I love decluttering, but these are things you can't even donate to people. So these ones will probably just end up being cleaning clothes. All right. Another thing I need to buy is I need to get some nice duvets for the kids, because as I said, it's getting cold. And what I noticed, our kids normally make their own beds. We've taught them, they're really good at it. But when it got colder, I felt like the duvets they were using were not warm enough. So now I added another layer. Now, when I've noticed that because now they have like 2 blankets to make over, they're not doing a very good job making their beds to look nice and neat. And so I want to make it easier and more enjoyable for them to make their bed. So I just want to get like really nice warm duvets, like just 1, so I don't have to layer like 2 blankets or more, so that even them, when they wake up in the morning and they want to make their bed, they just shoop, pull the pillow back, and everything is nice and neat. I hope that makes sense. Here's another thing I wanted to point out. Now, if you, like me, have been setting aside your kids' clothes for, you know, the clothes for church and going out, and then they're the clothes for staying at home, I highly suggest, which is something I want to do right now. Oh, I have a visitor. I highly suggest that you take out those clothes that we've been keeping for church and home and going out, and the kids start wearing them at home. If you have been keeping your kids' clothes away, like, let me show you. This is where we keep our kids' church clothes and going out clothes and all those fancy clothes. But now I have, you know, it's just hitting me when I started planning to go and buy new ones. I just realized that we have so many of their clothes here that they don't wear. And unfortunately, by the time COVID is over, it will probably be end of 2021, going to 2022. And that's when we will be able to just like really go out and all that. So I have decided that I am going to get all these, they're nice clothes, and these kids are going to wear them at home. I mean, seriously. I mean, for real, because by the time COVID is over, I'm telling you, my son will not be fitting into this shirt. He's growing. Kids grow so fast. And then I'm saying, like, my daughter, she needs new dresses, which is very true. But She has nice dresses that she is just rapidly outgrowing as I watch her. And now all these dresses, she won't be able to enjoy them because I'm here waiting for, oh, you know, we are going out, oh, you know, we are going wherever, we are going to church. And yeah, she's not ever going to enjoy them. By the time COVID is done, man, this will be just be for donations. So don't be like me. Please just take out all your nice fancy clothes and let your kids look all fancy schmancy when they are at home. Now, I was going to buy her new skin tights, but look at these really nice ones for going out, but they're just growing old in the wardrobe, waiting for, I guess, Christmas. I don't know. So basically, my advice to you would be, just, you know what? Let the kids rock these clothes.
The first place we started was buying socks. We had quite a selection, but unfortunately most of the places we went, they had not separated the kids' socks from the grown-up socks. So it was an uphill task, but there were quite many to choose from actually. Very good quality socks. Then we went to the duvets and the blankets. Some of them are really, really light, but very pretty. Like this one was so pretty. This lady had really pretty ones. And look at that. Oh my goodness, the colors were just, but it was too light. Very, very light. Oh, and I should say that before we filmed, we asked for permission from the guys. Yeah, it's not nice to take films of people without, asking, especially these up close. Then we went to this spot where they had the really, really heavy ones. And they were so pretty, you guys. Look at those colors. You just wait and see the selection. We had quite a good selection to choose from. And that the lady we're with is a distant relative of ours. She is my husband's brother's wife's cousin. Yes. She was really nice. She works in Gumba, so she took us around. She was so fantastic. We enjoyed her company. She was such a great help. And she knew all the places where everything is. So we were not just wandering around aimlessly. So this lady had such nice blankets. Oh my goodness, you need to see. Really pretty. And they were really, really thick. And some of these were so pretty, and then they were big, really big, like not for a single bed. Most of them are for a double bed or even a king size. I was so tempted to buy one for our bed. They were so pretty. It was really hard to actually stay within budget with these blankets. Me, I love warm things. I just do. Guys, I just want to let you know that if you are willing to go out of your way just a little bit, imagine you will get such great deals in this Nairobi. Yes, it's inconvenient to go to Gumba. It's inconvenient to go to the slaughterhouse. Yes, if you watched my previous video about the slaughterhouse and how you buy meat from there, I'm going to link it right here. But you save so much money. Oh, have you seen this one? It's so pretty. But anyway, you save so much money and then you get such amazing stuff. So if you just have to be willing to go out of your way, and sometimes you just have to go exploring by yourself. So many of you guys are actually telling me that you want me to take you to the slaughterhouse or to my kitty, which I don't mind, just I don't go that often. But if you are just willing to just step out of your comfort zone, you will discover such great things, and the savings are phenomenal. Okay, that blue and white blanket is haunting me. I kind of wish I had bought it now. Look at that one. Oh my gosh. They're so pretty. I was this close to buying this one. Oh my gosh, so pretty. It had tiny pink flowers. Fantastic. So after we had finished our purchases, we were wise enough this time to carry our own shopping bags, which was good. And like sometimes when we go to these places, we forget. Again, like I mentioned in the slaughterhouse video, please watch that video, it's really nice. But anyway, they packed for us after bargaining and haggling over the prices, so I can't even tell you how long. But I think it was a good deal. Then we went over to the trousers place. As I said, we're looking for trousers for our last one. Yeah, and the selection was also really nice. But you guys, the mud. But then if you are going to experience and to just be able to tackle this life of mine of saving money and going out of your way, just invest in a pair of gumboots, you guys. You need gumboots for my kitty, you need gumboots for the slaughterhouse, you need gumboots for Kikoma, or you just need gumboots. Yes, it's not juicy, it's not fancy, but yeah, gumboots make sense. Then, did you guys know that they sell cereals and all manner of nice things also in Kikomba? This now is actually that relatives of mine. This is her shop. This is where she works. So I had never been there before. So yeah, they're selling rice, brown rice, white rice, all manner of grains and lentils. But the thing that just made the most is they had the, what do you call it? The wheat, the flour, different types of flour. If you guys watch my video on 30 things we no longer buy, I talked about how we normally get our flour from our country. My mom mills the wheat for us, the maize, the everything. But we had ran out. And look at this, they had all this here. So what you needed to do is just ask her to mix for you what you want. As you can see, they had wimbi, mtama, njugu, omena, all these mix up. So I was able to get some for porridge for my guys, really nice and healthy. And I was really jazzed because I've been looking for this kind of flour here in Nairobi. I was a bit skeptical about the omena flour, I won't lie, guys. So I told her I feared it would be smelling fish. But she gave me a bit to smell and it was just okay. And we've been drinking it and it's good, it's fantastic. So you just choose what you want and then she mixes it up for you. Yeah, so you can get a no, I don't think there was any ready mixed one. You just tell her what kinds of flour you want and then she will mix for you. Really healthy stuff, you guys. I can't even tell you what fraction of the price this is. If you had to go to buy in the supermarket. You guys, I love saving money. I do.
So my day for shopping is over. I was actually on my way to bed and I decided, let me just show you guys what I bought before I hit the sack. So it was a nice trip to Gikomba. It was so muddy. So please don't go. One of the best tips I can say is don't go when it's wet and rainy, because you will regret it. Unless you have gumboots, which I did, but I still felt, you know. And then also, Saturday is a good day to go. And also go early. I went there so late. I was getting there at 1 o'clock, so I felt like I was a bit rushed. But another good tip is what I mean to say is go from about 10 o'clock. You'll get some nice things there. Security is key. Please make sure you have everything on your person. I prefer to have a jacket that has inside pockets so that everything is on me. Handbags, I feel like handbags attract attention, but that's just me. And then also, if you can get someone who works there to walk around with you. Today we got a distant relative, I would say, of ours, who has a shop there, and she walked around with us. She was so sweet, and it really, really helped. So let me show you what we got. Another major tip I would like to add is please make sure you have a shopping list. This is good because it avoids it just avoids temptation, because there are so many nice things that you will just end up buying so much. Especially for ladies. Of course, you know, ladies' clothes are there and they're everywhere. But if you watched my video on 30 things I no longer buy, which I will link here, I have just stopped buying clothes for myself for now, because I feel like I have enough. But if you are not disciplined, let me tell you, you'll buy a lot of things, and the stuff there is so affordable. I mean, you will get jeans for like 150 shillings. You'll get nice tops for 50 bob, 30 bob. It was amazing. But because I had a list, I was like laser focused. I knew what I wanted. I wanted belts for myself, which I ended up not getting because I was feeling so rushed. I wanted socks for my kids because I showed you guys. And then I wanted trousers as well for my boys, my 2 younger boys. And the most important thing was the heavy duvets, because it's really cold now. So now let me show you what exactly we got. The first thing we got were these 26 pairs of socks. We have 4 kids, as you know by now, and we go through socks a lot because they're in the house all day, and most of the times when they don't wear their house shoes, so they will, and even when they wear their house shoes, they want to wear, of course, socks in them because they're a bit chilly anyway. So we were going for like 30 bob. They're not entirely new, but they're really good quality. Most of them are cotton, 100%, very good quality. I don't know whether it's 100% cotton, but it's really nice and thick. So we got, I don't know how many we got for who, but we got everyone. My aim was to get everyone at least 5 pairs. So I was aiming for 20 pairs. But in all that choosing and tossing them and throwing them from one person to another, as you saw in the video, I ended up buying more. But it's okay, I don't mind. Because also one thing I know is once I do this shopping, I'm not buying any more clothes for my kids this year. I think we're set. So I don't feel bad spending... my budget was 5,000 shillings. I ended up spending 8,500, but that's okay for a whole year worth of clothes because I'm not buying any more clothes for them. For 4 kids, and you know, even duvets don't even count as clothes. But anyway, I felt like it was okay. I was happy with my budget. I was happy with everything I got. I won't show you all the socks. I got a pair of leg warmers, which really just reminded me of being in primary school. You guys remember leg warmers? I used to think guys who had leg warmers were so gisty, and of course you all know I wasn't one of those. But anyway, so I got a pair of leg warmers for my daughter. I think she will love them. And those are the socks, okay? 26 pairs. Each pair was going for 30 bob, so that was 780 shillings. The other thing I got was trousers for our last born. because as I said, the trousers don't tend to they don't come down from my second born to our last born because they're all very active. So by the time my second born gets them from our first born, then he just wears them out in the knees. But before I left, I just realized that our second born had enough trousers for church. As I said, we're now wearing church clothes officially from now henceforth. And I think I got him about 8 pairs. He had 8 pairs of trousers for church. So those will be enough for home for now. I'm happy with that. So, but our last one had already gone through all his church trousers. As in, like, he had 2 or 3 working trousers. So I got these ones. They're really nice. The last time I was there, about a year ago, actually I went to the same guy. Incidental enough, now when I came back to think about it, last year I bought them at 100 shillings per pair of trousers, but today he was selling to me at 150 shillings. But I felt like I still got, it was okay. I mean, 150 shillings, there's COVID, things have changed. It was still okay for for trousers. Most of them are good. Not most of them. I got some really nice ones, I think. And I got slightly longer ones. He's turning 3, but I just felt, of course, you know, when you're buying clothes, you want to buy slightly bigger ones. So really nice colors, and of course always checking on the waist to make sure it's small enough and also that it can be adjusted, the one that's not small enough, okay? And elastic, of course, for guys that age. So I'm really happy with these trousers. I'm really happy. I felt like we got some good ones. So yes, I got 6 pairs for 150 shillings, coming to 900 shillings. Another thing I bought, which I always buy every time I go to those places, is these the thick heavy towels. These are for mopping the floor. You know, like the ones when you go to the hotels, the ones that they put for you when you get out of the bathroom to step on, those really thick and heavy ones. Today, as I said, I was rushed, so I got one that was already starting to get a bit old. And normally I like to buy 2 because we use one and then we keep one for a bit later. One normally lasts us about 6 months of cleaning, actually, and we use it every day, just mopping the floor. So the one we've had was starting to get torn, so I just grabbed one. 100 shillings, also really good for cleaning. It dries the floor so well. Loved it. So the main thing we got were the duvets for the kids. I really wanted heavy ones, and most of the ones that were there were really heavy. My budget was 1,000 shillings. I was hoping to get for a nice heavy duvet for 1,000 shillings. Unfortunately, the ones that were going for 1,000 shillings were very light, and we already have enough light ones now, and they're not working for us in this season. So the really heavy ones that I got, they were being sold for 1,800 shillings. We bargained all we could, but those guys went down to 1,600 shillings and did not budge from there. But I felt what we got was really good. Now here's another tip. What we realized was if you want like the really heavy ones, I'll show you properly. I'll stand up. Like these ones, they are really thick and heavy. There are some guys who are selling them at about 1,200, but you realize those ones were not second hand. Those ones were actually from Kamukunji. And now what happens is that those ones, the filling inside is not as good quality. So it will feel thick when you're there, but then once you come and wash it, it will just shrink. Okay, thankfully, that's why it's good to go with someone who works there, because she was able to tell us, no, these ones are straight from the shop. So yes, so we could have gotten those ones at 1,200, but we decided to stick with these ones for 1,600, and they are thick, you guys. They are so thick. In fact, what I decided is I will not even wash them with our washing machine, because our washer is an old one, so it doesn't have the drier side of it, and drying these ones in this weather is going to take a long time. So I'll just take them to the dry cleaners and they'll wash them for me because it's cold and my kids need to be warm. So you guys imagine I was going to take these blankets to the, what do you call it, to the laundry for them to wash for me, and they were charging me 1,100 per blanket. I mean, like, seriously. Hey, I was like, there's no way. So I decided I'm just going to use my washing machine to wash them, and of course I'm going to use my trusty Tide Pods. Unfortunately I only have one left. I don't know whether you can see that, but thankfully I also have my Aerial Pods right here. So what I decided to do is I'm going to use 1 pod per blanket, because basically 1 blanket fills the whole washing machine, and it's gonna smell really nice. And I figured if I use like the highest spin setting, then they're going to pretty much be dry by the time I'm done. Then I'll just put them out in the sun for a few minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'll just put the Tide Pod inside here. I'll put a link in the description where you can get these pods, both Aerial and Tide Pods. I love them because they really clean very well and their clothes smell amazing. So yeah, 1 is enough per blanket. Then I'll just make sure I put the highest setting, and voila, I'm sure the blankets will be clean and dry despite the cold weather we are having. But basically, let me just show you the 4 that I got. I love them. I love the colors. Oh, here's one more thing which we don't buy, by the way. You might wonder. We don't buy beddings that have those cartoonish characters. We like things that are neutral and plain, or even if they have flowers, that they don't have those cartoonish characters, because we want something that our kids will grow up with. We don't want to buy something that is showing Minnie Mouse, and then when that person turns 6 or 7 years old, they'll be like, gosh, I've outgrown this. It's still a good duvet, but they can't use it anymore because they're thinking they're not a child anymore. But basically, so that's why you will find that these ones are basically just plain nice colors, because we feel our kids will tend to get more use out of them. I got 4 lovely duvets. I try to get colors that will look nice together in the same room, because our kids all sleep in the same room. So I didn't want those brightly colored ones. This one I tried to get a plain one, but it has this teeny tiny design over here. But it's okay. The good thing is it can also be put on the bed on this side. So yes, this was really nice. And you guys, I cannot even tell you, I can't emphasize how heavy these duvets are. They are so thick and heavy and luscious. Now here's another one. I love the prints. Has a teeny tiny print on this side. I don't think you can see it. Let me try to see. I don't know whether you can see it like that. It has a nice sort of a fishbone thing, but it's looking really nice. And then on this other side, it's plain. All right, plain and shimmery. I love it. So that's the second one. Really nice and thick. Then of course I bought this one for my girl. And okay, this one had to have flowers, because hello, it's for a girl and she loves flowers. No cartoons, but flowers are okay. So, and then it can also be put on both sides. So this side has all these lovely flowers, and this other side is nice and plain. Okay, so this is my number 3 one. Let me put it there. And here is the last one. Really nice blue. I think they look so nice in the same room, you guys. I can't wait to show you once I've made their beds and everything. So yeah, there we go. And the kids already picked the ones that they want. Of course, my daughter picked the pink one. That was a bit obvious. But our second born son picked this one. And our first born picked this one. And our last born picked the purple, whatever one. Those flowers. Anyway, it's okay. Even boys like flowers. But yeah, that's how it went. Yeah, I was happy with that. For 1,600 shillings, and this is something that they will use for a long time. I felt it was worth it. So there you have it. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.